guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making some marinara. Really simple recipe, so I'll show you what I have. Here we have two different kinds of tomatoes. Usually the smaller the tomato, the sweeter the sauce. So I like to do a little mixture. I have a sweet onion, of course my favorite, gotta have the garlic, fresh basil, and some salt. Simple. I will put the recipe in the description below. First thing that we're gonna do is we are going to peel our garlic. I think I used about 8 garlic cloves. And peel our onion, chop it up into manageable pieces, and throw it in the food processor. That's pretty good. It's broken down pretty well. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna blend our sauce after it's done. Now, I just thought, if I blend it at the end, why do I even spend time chopping it up in the food processor?
Is that a waste of time?
A few moments later.
Now that we have our onions, it's time to throw it in the pan. One thing you need to remember to do is take the blade out, because so many times I have accidentally dumped the blade into the pan. So start off with a hot pan, splash some oil in there, and then throw the onions and garlic in. You want to be stirring your onions and garlic pretty frequently. Sometimes I tend to forget about them on the stove while I'm processing my tomatoes and I set the smoke alarm off. So you don't want to do that. Then make sure that you're checking on your onions and your garlic. We're going to throw our tomatoes in the food processor, and then once the onions and garlic are done cooking, throw the tomatoes in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Call it a day. Let it cook. What the heck? Oh, I got to put the freaking blade in. Ugh. Okay, that was, I shouldn't have dumped those everywhere, but.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Just so sad. Psych, it's the onions. Oh man. Once our onions and garlic get a little brown, then we're gonna throw our tomatoes in the pan, mix it all together, throw a bunch of salt in there, fresh basil, and let it cook down for a while. You might have to do a couple rounds of processing your tomatoes. I had to do 2 different rounds for the 2 different types of tomatoes I have, but it really just kind of depends on the amount of tomatoes that you have to use. Once it starts to rapidly boil, then we are going to reduce it to low and bring it to a nice steady simmer. It's been cooking for about an hour, hour and a half. There it is, looking pretty good. Most of the liquid is out. We're going to taste it to see how we're doing on flavor. It's really sweet. I'm going to add more salt. And actually, I'm gonna throw in some garlic salt just because I don't think 8 cloves was enough. It might seem like a lot, but I like salty food. You can kind of alter the salt as you see fit. So a bunch of liquid that I want to cook out, because when we blend it, it will blend together, but if there's a lot of liquid, you'll get puddles of water that kind of pool at the top. So we're just gonna let this cook for probably another 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna come check on it. There we go. Still got some liquid, but that is okay. See, it's like a lot thicker now. It's pretty good. For my taste preference, I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic salt, and then I'll show you guys how to blend it in the blender. Okay, we have our sauce, and we're just gonna pour it in the blender and blend it up. Now, some people might like to let it cool down. I don't, I'm too impatient. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw that steam, but nice and thick. So good. So I hope you guys liked this recipe. This is one that I've been making for a while. Really simple. The base of the recipe is really just tomatoes and basil, but I love onions and I love
garlic.
So I like to put that stuff in there. You can add whatever you want. If you like mushrooms, throw them in there. If you like red peppers, throw them in there. It's a really easy recipe to do whatever you want with it and to alter it to your flavors. I hope you guys liked this recipe. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. If you guys have a certain recipe you want to see me attempt, go ahead and put it in the comments below and let's make a video.